Film versus History. I'm joined by Horatio Gould. We're moving towards the part of Japan. Where this series really is the
How did we get to a story of Japan?
Yeah, exactly.
With a nuclear bomb explosion at the front. That's on the cover.
Night, straight to bed.
Yeah. No supper.
This is the
no
long
sushi.
No sushi. Straight to bed, no sushi. This is the long road to the night bomb. Yeah. The winding road to squid porn.
The long and winding
night. That's how that song goes. It's part 3 of our feudal Japan series.
Yeah. I've been having a good time actually going through feudal Japan. It's been nice.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely.
They're kind of our sort of people.
Yes.
It's a home away from home.
It is a home away from home. Scotland on sea. The most Scottish place in the world is Japan. Well, you think about it, they make whiskey, they love suicide, they're good fish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Scotland.
They don't know how to cook fish.
They don't know how to cook. So we left off, we're in Scotland, we're in Japan. It's about 1588. Hello. It's 1588, and what's his first name or his last name? It's upside down.
Thomas. Ian.
It's not Thomas Hideyoshi.
Thomas Hideyoshi.
Thomas Hideyoshi.
Brian Hideyoshi.
Yeah, Brian Hideyoshi has outlasted Odu Nobunaga. Sorry. Ian Nobunaga. They've got some very pretentious names. Tomato Hideyoshi. It's part 3, I don't know anymore. There's so many fucking weird names.
Yeah, his name's Tomato.
Tomato Hideyoshi has issued...
Toyotomi
Hideyoshi has issued some sweeping edicts. You ever issued a sweeping edict?
Not yet, but I do hope to. It's on my vision board.
I issue some sweeping statements.
Yeah, sure.
Not I wouldn't say they're edicts.
Yes. An edict, is that... Can you make them an edict, or is it how they're received?
I think it's...
Can just like a pissed... tramps
make an edict.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, you can't.
I think it's
just because you say it has to be.
It depends on the status of the person making the edict. I think.
Yeah.
So his famous edict is a sword hunt.
We should explain just a recap on Hideyoshi,
Yes, we should.
who's basically like he was a foot soldier, a peasant who was
a dirty gypsy monkey man.
Exactly,
not my words.
In a very rigid class system of Japan, where there was really no social mobility because of Oda Nobunaga being quite a maverick who believes a bit more in meritocracy.
Fuck you, mum.
Yeah, fuck you, mum.
He's a Japanese emo. He really went for that.
I was there.
Part 3. He's gone for it. He's all in now.
I can't believe it.
I'm all in.
They think it's all over.
It is now. The podcast is now. I think the podcast's over. Oh, it is now. He said that.
He climbs through the ranks, and then in a stunning turn of events, he defends Nobunaga's anime.
We need to be, we should be painting this for our listeners.
When we get shot.
That's a Japanese man with a speech impediment.
Yeah. With the lisp. But he manages to not only come back and defend his former master's honour, Nobunaga, but he defeats all of the rival contenders in the power vacuum. So he is the second of the 3 unifiers, and in the thing, pounded the rice, he bakes the cake, and we're not yet the person who eats it. So he's the cake baker.
He's baking the cake.
And that's not a homophobic slur.
No, although... He was doing some...
What did our researcher call us?
She called us cootie catchers. Which I think is an HR issue. Anyway, so he issues... It's 1588. He's been in power for about 5 years or so. He issues a sword hunt.
It's like an Easter egg hunt.
No, it's not like an Easter egg hunt.
So that he's hidden a couple of swords around Japan, and if you find them, you get chocolate.
No, it's not that. And it's not like Pokemon Go either, where you're walking through Victoria Park.
Yeah, find a Snorlax on the bridge.
Some other virgins. Don't call me that. I've done a lot of work to undo my nickname from school.
Bowser, Snorlax.
Bowser and Snorlax.
Say you've done a lot of work, you've just grown.
I've just grown taller.
Just been stretched out.
My eating habits are the same. I've just grown taller. Genetics kicked in. Thank God. That's what they mean by privilege.
Well, it's like hand-pulled noodles, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
At the beginning, there's this big
I was a dough ball.
And then he gets stretched into sort of biang.
Yeah. Anyway, a sword hunt is not an Easter egg hunt. It's where weapons are taken from farmers, peasants, anyone common.
Weapons of minimum destruction.
Swords. Yeah.
I guess
and
so.
they're basically you have to be a samurai to have a sword, really. So he's taking, it's like the gun amnesty after Dunblane.
Yeah.
Or Port Arthur, to make an Australian reference. So Hideyoshi declares that all the collected weapons would be melted down and make a big fat Buddha statue.
Yeah. So he's doing virtue signaling.
It's quite woke, isn't it? Give me your weapons, I'm going to smelt them down and make a big fat body positive.
Real one or something like that.
And so he outlaws warfare by daimyos.
Independent warfare.
Yes. So he's the only one that can authorize military campaigns.
Indie warfare.
Yeah. So indie warfare's done. It's major label warfare. It's like EMI.
Yeah.
And
he banned SoundCloud.
Yeah. No, SoundCloud's out of it. And this stabilizes the realm somewhat. So there's this huge samurai order. Charlie's Googling Yoshi porn, but there's a huge...
Laughing to himself.
Large laughing. Fucking hell. So anyway, if this was a football team, it would have absolutely no one protecting the defence.
Yeah.
I'm goalie.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're meant to be, but you're charging upfield. You're
the guy that Cantona kicks in the face.
No, I'm this guy. That's me.
Higuita.
but smashing like...
but missing the ball.
Yeah, just missing.
And just face planting.
Every time a shot comes in, he tries.
It's not a shot; it's a back pass, and he does it, and it just goes in the goal.
Goes underneath him.
Yeah, and then he hits the ball with his head.
That would be so funny. If you decided mid-game at every save, you're going to try.
I got it. Anyway,
better next time.
This episode of Finn vs. History is brought to you by Surfshark.
Whoa.
Now, you use VPNs, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You have to nowadays.
You've got to.
In modern Britain, it's impossible to access anything that's not just Mary Berry cutting a cake.
Exactly. But the internet's changed. It's not like you're not just surfing the web, it's dangerous out there. So much of life is out, on the internet. You've got to protect yourself.
But also, I'm a straight white man from the the home counties, famously, and I'd like to live as a fat transgender Mexican.
Yes.
Well, I can do that through my VPN address.
Exactly.
Surfshark will give you the opportunity at another life.
Not only another country, but you can also change your gender.
Yep.
You can change your weight.
Yep.
You can change your political leanings. So you can just live out that fantasy with a VPN.
I would like to watch stuff they watch in Mexico so I can live out my fantasy of abandoning my family.
You seen the film The Holiday?
Yes.
When they swap houses?
Yes.
It's sort of like that.
It's like that.
Yeah.
I must stress Surfshark is not a silver bullet. It's not a holiday from your life.
Yeah.
You still have to live as you.
Eventually, you'll have to log off the VPN and still be you.
But
I don't think anything can really offer that service.
You won't change your job. And if you do provide that service, we'll happily advertise it.
Yeah.
So listen, head to Surfshark, and if you use the code FVH or go to surfshark.com/FVH, that's FVH Foxtrot Vagina Hotel, then you will get 4 extra months of Surfshark.
Yeah.
It's a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Gorgeous.
Well, we want risk-free, but what you're looking up, that's on you.
You have to take a level of risk.
There's a level of risk. So it's not complete. Just because you say risk-free money-back guarantee, that means they'll give you the money back if you don't like it. Doesn't mean that anything you look up...
Doesn't mean you can just join ISIS online.
Doesn't mean if a SWAT team comes in, you're like, I thought it was 30-day free money-back guarantee.
Surfshark take no responsibility for the risks you take in your own life. FVH for 4 extra months of the world's leading VPN. So there is a huge class of samurai who have been warring for 150 years. They're a warring society. It's all they know. There's a military-industrial complex in Japan.
Right. Yeah, of course.
And so...
it's the only way you can... It's a way of acquiring honour. So this is why they have to keep doing it. It's because they're so obsessed with honour.
It's been, 4 or 5 generations, all they've known as war.
Yeah.
So he needs an outlet for this war. And so what Hideyoshi does in 1592 is he goes, do you know what? I'm going to have a crack at the Chinese.
Yeah.
And this is the first great Chinese civil war.
Yeah.
In that it's a war between China, Japan, and Korea.
So just different regions of China.
Yeah. And I don't think we should get involved. I think we should let the Chinese people decide and work itself out.
The right to self-determination of the Chinese people.
I'm not getting involved. This is a civil war. Anyway. So Hideyoshi launches an invasion from Japan, which is obviously a province of China
to another province.
He wants to go through Korea, which is another province of China, to get to mainland China. Anyway, so what he does, I don't know. I think it is this one. 1592, his invasion of Korea is the biggest amphibious assault in world history until D-Day.
Yeah, I read that on the way in. It's
crazy.
It is crazy.
200,000 Chinese people in boats. 200,000 Japanese.
Surprising, I guess. Well, I guess both from Japan and the UK, they both came from similar sized islands, so I guess that's probably why. But I don't know. In my head, it was shocking, but I don't know what else would compete with it, really.
No, but amphibious assaults, I mean, even
It's quite
D-Day,
rare.
when we get to D-Day, like the whole idea of a amphibious assault is something that's only ever really been done properly at D-Day.
Right.
I mean, they do it here, but as in like, until that point, it was kind of impossible to launch a ground invasion over sea.
Yeah.
Now, the Korean have what's called the righteous armies, which is like it's a fragmented
Twitter mob.
Yeah, it's a white mob. It's pitchforks. And they are led by a guy called Guak Jae-u.
Different names now. We're getting into a different sort of sound.
It's a different area of China.
Yeah.
Guak Jae-u, and he dyes his coat red with the menstrual blood of virgins, which will give him magical protection.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
I think that's completely normal. I too have a coat dyed with the menstrual blood of virgins.
Yeah, somewhere in the bottom of the closet somewhere.
Oh, no, pride of place. That's my car coat. That's what I drive in to protect me from crashes. The menstrual blood of virgins. Wow.
I mean, how many virgins do you think it'd take to dye the coat? Or is it one with a heavy flow?
Well, Japan, the Japanese are the Korean, very small people, aren't they? 5 foot, something like that.
So you had to use loads.
Sorry?
So you had to use loads of virgins.
Well, they're small people, so it wouldn't take that many.
Where are they taking the blood from?
Oh, I see, yeah.
Well, it's menstrual blood, Charlie.
From the fanny.
He says forlornly.
Menstrual brackets from the fanny.
He says in a sombre tone.
From the fanny.
From the fanny, I see.
Bushy clad.
From the bushy clad.
It's from a bushy clad. Yeah. Anyway, the Korean menstrual blood virgin Superman, he leads a guerrilla uprising against...
So Korean ninjas.
Sort of, yeah. But this is one of the original. This is the original Korean War. Yeah. Maybe is one of the original ones. But anyway, the Japanese actually get all the way up Korea. They take like Busan and Pyongyang and Seoul.
And Pyongyang and Seoul, same country at this point, right?
Yeah.
And similar vibes.
But interestingly, what's he called? Hideyoshi.
Yeah.
He wants to divide Korea into 2 spheres of influence: a Chinese sphere. And another Chinese sphere, a Japanese sphere.
Oh, really?
So he's already thinking about dividing it.
Oh, okay. So that's already been like a And when Squid Game when does that come in?
I think this is Squid Game. I think.
Right, okay.
In the Guak Jae-u, the period guy, he attacks all the supply lines, and there's a famous battle at a river where they first defeat Hideyoshi's army by like ambushing them while they're in a river, and because the samurai have got such heavy armor, all these like
ninjas,
little Korean fellas, they come out and they
and this is during the Ming China sorry, the Ming China dynasty.
Ming China, the Ming China.
Too close. Too close for comfort, Ming China, I think.
Right.
Mong China is it's just there.
It is there. But the Mong China was when Genghis Khan invaded, wasn't it? Right. There's too many Chinas. Anyway, but China enters the war and sort of grinds it into a stalemate. Yeah. So the Japanese were overstretched.
Which is what happened with the Korean War.
Yeah, genuinely. Yeah. So the Japanese are overstretched their supply lines. All the little fellas, that's what I'm calling the Koreans. Guerrilla attacks.
Look at these little fellas.
Look at these little fellas. That's what the Japanese are going. And Hideyoshi...
Well, the average height is 5'1".
Yeah, that's what I mean.
People. So they really are
the little fellas.
And it's interesting, like these warriors, these with amazing swords, huge armor. Do you think with our diet of, steak and eggs in a way that...
This is... this is the Korean War.
I do often think how you'd stack against a great warrior from that period if they're that much smaller than you. Yeah. Because there's so much... You have so much...
well, they talk about a boxer's reach,
weight and height are such big distinguishers.
Yeah.
So you're just imagining you're just like...
You're holding
like Genghis Khan was like 5'3" or something. And it just really changes the vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just a little fucking tiddler.
So anyway, Hideyoshi, who at this point is kind of going mad. He may have syphilis.
Right.
He's fucking a lot.
Yeah.
He's got
of course, I mean, he can't believe it. He was a peasant farmer and now he's the king. Basically.
He's a disgusting monkey gypsy boy, not my words. And now he's fucking everyone. Yeah. And he's the king. Anyway, so he...
You can get away with a lot if you say not my words.
Yeah.
It's a nice get out phrase.
But also, these are someone's words. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
Mong China, not my words.
Not my words.
My words.
Yeah, no, those are my words. Anyway, Hideyoshi is ill-informed or mad, and maybe the reports are being sugar-coated, but he thinks that he's actually winning the war when he's not. All the little fellas are they're winning. So there's this humiliating episode in Kyoto where he basically thinks he's won the Korean campaign.
Because he's mental.
And so he then sends his emissary to China, demanding to split Korea into two spheres of influence, North and South. The Chinese refuse and come to his court to ask for his submission to them, right? And then Hideyoshi is so annoyed that he orders a second invasion of Korea purely out of revenge.
Even though he's already won the first one in his head.
He's like, why are we doing this again? But it's like all the daimyos who had pledged their men, they're losing thousands of men. It's an absolute disaster. The big problem with Hideyoshi is that there's a hair crisis, not like your hair crisis, which you could just go to Turkey and fix or take some pills. He's got an air crisis, which is that his infant son Tsunomatsu,
pretentious name.
Yeah, again, stupid name. He dies, and so he designates his nephew Hidesugu.
Making them up at this point.
Yeah, they're just pulling this out of a fucking barrel. His favourite concubine, Lady Cha-Cha.
Fair enough. She sounds brilliant.
She sounds British. He then has a son called Hideyori, and thus the nephew Hidesugu becomes expendable, but he'd already offered the line of succession to him. So then he forces Hidesugu to commit seppuku. It's just fucking nonsense. And
but I'll be like, oh no, you can have it then.
No, I don't want it. No, you've got to kill yourself.
But I wish I'd accepted it then.
Yeah, don't accept anything. I think if you're in feudal Japan, just don't say yes to anything because you never know if someone's going to say.
Seppuku,
right? And then not only that, but 31 women and children, so all Hidesugu's family, they have to commit seppuku.
Well, are they executed?
Oh, that's different.
It's different, right?
Yeah.
Seppuku is like brilliant. Execution's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
which is terrible.
Children don't do. Only samurai do seppuku. Women don't do seppuku.
No, they couldn't. Couldn't possibly. They do though, don't they? I think women do.
They try, but they use the wrong.
A real woman uses.
Yeah, but they use the wrong
spoon.
end. Doing it for attention. You're just doing seppuku for attention.
Oh, come on, love. If you leave me, I'm going to spook myself. You'd be so lucky. Have I given you permission? So there's even the formidable Date Masamune, who is called the One-Eyed Dragon.
Masapune.
Not Masapune. He, blah, 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 survives only because of Tokugawa Ieyasu's intervention.
Right.
More on him in a bit. The Korean disaster drags on. Hideyoshi's health collapses.
And they create a council of 5 elders to govern until the young Hideyori, who's the one they decided to take over, becomes of age.
So and
they're sort of pretending, they're propping him up, pretending he's still alive. They got like he's an old fucking geezer, and they're pretending he's.
They say they hide his death.
Yeah,
he dies in 1598.
Yes,
and so he has a 5-year-old son.
But they're like he's still. They've got his corpse. They're going and
then you do this. Yeah. But then he says there are 5 regents that are looking after my son until my son comes of age to take ownership of all Japan. And this is what Shogun is based on. Is this setup?
Oh right.
It's the 5 regents looking after a young boy.
Okay, so this is where Shogun starts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is what happens next is real Richard III, Princes in the Tower.
Yeah, it's very similar, a lot of this.
It is. So, officially, Hideyori, who's Hideyoshi's son, he's ruling, but in reality, the power is balanced between these rivals regents, one of whom is Tokugawa Ieyasu.
Yes.
Who's the third unifier, who's going to eat this fucking cake finally.
Exactly. Because it could all fall apart very easily, so it's very.
Because they're using rice flour, it's very soft, very delicate thing. Yeah. So many daimyo are now quietly readying themselves for some kind of reckoning.
Yeah. And once again, at any point, just cut to the emperor, and he's just making tea. Like he's just completely irrelevant at all points.
So anyway, now let's get to Tokugawa Ieyasu, who is the ultimate unifier, the man who's there at the end of it all, the guy who outlasts it, and the first shogun of the Edo period.
Yeah.
He sort of maneuvers himself into position as the guardian of the heir.
Right. So classic Princes in the Tower sort of stuff.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's a battle in 1600 called the Battle of Sekigahara.
Right.
Which is decisive because it ends this 120, 30 years civil war in a single day.
Right.
And this is like the Battle of Bosworth, but Japanese.
Okay, yes.
In that there are 3 different factions, 3 different armies. It's Ieyasu fighting some other cunt, and then there's a third army who are one of they both pledged allegiance to. He's pledged allegiance to both.
He's waiting to see who's going to do
He's
better.
waiting to see who goes better, and he comes in at the last minute on Ieyasu's side.
I'd like to think that's how I'd be.
Well, the guy that's just scoped it out.
Wait, just out on the hill. Just all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Where we want? Yeah. Another one.
Tokugawa what's his face, Ieyasu. He defeats the whoever, I don't care, and blah blah blah. 21st of October. It's one of the largest battles in Japanese history.
Damn, there's a lot of people involved at this time.
160,000 troops.
Yeah, it just feels like the biggest amphibious. I didn't know there's so many people in Japan at this
and
period.
Ishida, that's the guy. Ishida's forces collapse, and Ieyasu wins a decisive victory. And so then what he doesn't kill the little boy.
Okay.
He beheads a few people, obviously, but the little boy is sent to, I think it's Osaka Castle.
Right.
1603, Tokugawa Ieyasu is formally appointed the shogun by Emperor Go-Yoshi.
Yeah.
And a shogun literally means the general, it's the barbarian quelling generalissimo.
Right.
That's what it actually means.
The barbarian quelling generalissimo. That's beast.
And so Ieyasu is the first person to move the government of Japan to what's now Tokyo.
To Edo.
Edo!
And Edo is in the center of Japan. It's not really...
Do you like Tokyo?
I love Tokyo.
You're an Edophile?
Yeah, I'm an Edophile.
Yeah, you're an Edophile.
Yeah. So Edo at this point...
Edo.
Is it a nothing place? And it just gets decided to become the capital?
He builds Edo Castle.
Sort of from nothing.
Yeah.
So it's got no history really before.
No.
Nice.
So, and what he does is he moves all the government there, and then he says that the emperor can stay in Kyoto, but the government's going to be in Edo.
But apparently there's so many earthquakes in Kyoto, so it just always collapse, and they just built it so they just rebuild it really quickly.
Well, this is another
because it's so easy to rebuild them, even though they all fall down.
I think it's another part of the Japanese psyche that leads to things like seppuku and bukkake, is that. Which is the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really? Seppuku becomes a ritualized thing under the Edo period and becomes bukkake eventually. I've dishonored my family. It's a similar thing, I think.
must dishonor my family. It's going.
Yeah, bukkake is the only way that you can make up
to be
for
fair,
social
bukkake seppuku, that combination is a nice one.
God, I'd watch that
because you dishonor your family and then you make up for it by killing yourself. That's it.
Yeah, it'd have to be. Yeah, you wouldn't do it the other way around.
Well, Charlie would, but
well, yeah, Charlie would seppuku himself and then get 5 blokes to cover his face. Yeah, instead of the second head thing.
Yeah.
This guy chopping your head off. It's just a guy covering your face.
Yeah.
Anyway, Edo Castle becomes the largest fortress in Japan, and although it's a small castle town, over the course of this 250-year period, which is called the Edo period, it becomes the largest city in the world.
Which is kind of crazy.
People living there.
And this is policy of isolationism. Okay, it's kind of been throughout, but this is...
I think we'll get to that.
But that sort of come in during this period.
Yeah, so in 1605, Ieyasu resigns in favour of his son Tokugawa Hideyoshi.
It's like a drum break.
Yeah. Ensuring a kind of hereditary succession.
Yeah.
And in 1614, though...
Continuing to wield influence as the Ogasho, which is a retired shogun.
Yeah, it's like retired
That's kind of the dream, isn't it? To be just retired boss man.
So in 1614, there are tensions rising because Hideyori, who's Hideyoshi's son, who's still alive...
Not to be confused with Yakitori.
Not to be confused with Yakitori.
Chicken.
No. You cannot get Hideyori on the Wagamama menu.
Yeah.
Hideyori comes of age in Osaka Castle.
Right.
So he casts off his ninja pedo master.
Yeah. He thrusts.
No more. I'm going to have sex with women now.
I'm ruined.
I've been ruined. And so what he does, because it's like a banner for discontent to the regime, he just goes in there and tortures the place. There's a big siege, goes on for months. Eventually, he defeats Hideyori and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the second, 1615, he forces Hideyori and his mother to commit seppuku as the castle's on fire. Although the bodies are never found, so there's kind of rumours as to
they
whether
might still be alive.
Well, this is 1615, so...
where are the bodies then?
Blue zones, isn't it? So you just don't know. These people live a long time. All that raw fish and friends, crucially. They're mates and they eat raw fish, so they could still be alive today. Charlie, what's the oldest? Can you find out what the oldest Japanese person ever is?
It's going to be up there.
I think Japan is, in terms of the longest living people.
A fishy old woman, I'll tell you that. A woman who's eaten raw fish every day of her life.
Oldest Japanese person ever. Go on.
119 years and
Pretty
107
good.
days.
Right, now let's get oldest person ever. Let's just see how that stacks up.
French.
Damn.
She's 122.
So not too much. Now this is an interesting one. What country has the youngest oldest person?
Scotland.
Can we find that out?
Surely it's Scotland.
Will they have that? Because that'd be really...
Whoa, Morocco. The oldest person ever who to live in Morocco was 56.
No, that's median.
Right.
That's the median age. Right.
Here we go.
Right,
now, can you set it by age?
Set it. Yeah. And I'll go the opposite. Yeah, there we go.
Fiji.
Makes sense.
Now that makes sense. I've long said that Fijians have the worst, most disgusting diet of anyone on this earth.
Yeah, they do. And they're the most obese country. Basically, all of those islands are the most obese people in the world by a long shot.
In Fiji, they hollow out a loaf of bread, fill it with ice cream and honey, and then that's their breakfast.
So that's why they got the youngest old person.
But it's still, 105 is a good innings for Fiji.
Not bad. So it clearly...
But then would you say that... Sorry, can you go back to the league table,
There he is.
Charlie?
Betu Prasad.
Betu Prasad.
He's the oldest.
Would you say that's
Lives on
actually...
ice cream every day.
That's more of an achievement because he had ice cream and bread every day. Where's the UK? I want to see how far the UK is.
Yeah. So what, 160?
Ethel Caterham.
Living.
She's still alive.
Let's get her on the pod. Ethel! This is like one of Charlie's mates. when you're wondering what Charlie's doing on a weekend.
Hang on. Go back to It's the world's oldest verified living person.
Oh, damn.
Shit.
Recent.
She's the oldest British person in recorded history. She's still going.
No, it's not verified living.
Yeah,
living person.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Every day, she's getting us higher up that table.
Come on, Ethel.
Keep going. Push through. Give that old woman some fish and some mates now.
She needs mates.
She needs olive oil.
Charlie,
quickly.
get in there. I mean, Charlie's what's going to keep these women alive. He's
Charlie,
like built.
break into Ethel Caterham's house, but not in a way that gives her a sudden shock. Pump her full of olive oil. Bust some fags.
Move up.
And you've got to
take
watch
the French
Barker.
off the fucking.
Fuck the French. I cannot believe the French are winning that. Are you joking?
Hashtag come on, Ethel.
No. Do not come on. Well, to be fair, maybe that's Japan's secret. Is Bukkake's. Oh, look at her. She's smoking.
That's not Ethel. This is the oldest French woman. But
yeah, I know. She's
if
smoking.
they're smoking, I don't believe it.
117 busting fags. She's fake. Just fake. Fuck her.
She's
been accused of fraud.
A recent Russian study claimed that she had in fact died in the 1930s.
Jean Calment. They claimed her daughter assumed her identity in order to avoid paying inheritance tax. That's French.
That makes a lot
French
more sense.
fraudulence. Right. Ethel Caterham. My God, that doesn't look like a life there. Ethel Caterham. This podcast will now be sponsoring Ethel Caterham's bid to keep living. Let's send money to Ethel.
Where is Ethel based?
Yeah. Where's Ethel based? Is it in Caterham? Or is that just her surname?
Yeah.
She is in a care home in Surrey.
Surrey, she's nearby.
Which care home?
Don't know. Apparently the reason she's lived so long is because she never argues, listens and does what she likes.
She's a good woman.
That's a good woman.
Never argues.
I could do with an Ethel Caterham in my life.
Right. Ethel, wherever you are, we're behind you. I don't care what quality of life you have, you keep fucking going.
And you do it for Britain.
You do it for Britain. You've got how many more years has she got to live before we oust the French?
I mean, the French is fake, I think.
The French is fraudulent.
But
I want to win this outright. We've got to beat the Japanese.
6 more years.
6 more years. Ethel.
6 more.
Come on. Okay, right. We need
made
to
it this far. You can do another.
We need
6.
to organise regular music nights. Cliff Richard tribute acts.
Yeah. Bingo.
I'll go down and do some of my crusty jokes for the troops. We've got to keep Ethel Caterham alive. I will not rest until this podcast has sponsored the oldest living British woman to beat the fucking French.
And once she's beaten the French, then she can commit seppuku for an honourable way out.
The only way she can die is to commit seppuku.
Because isn't that awesome? What would be fucking amazing? She's 123 years old, oldest woman ever commit suicide.
Oh.
How powerful would that be?
So good.
Not because it's like
that's
only
retiring after you won the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Still on my terms.
On my terms, the greatest to ever do it. Messi wins the World Cup. I'm retired now. Done.
That would be amazing.
Come on, Ethel. Anyway, what the fuck are we on about? 1616. Tokugawa Ieyasu dies with an heir. His shogunate is now fully secure, and thus begins the true beginning of the Tokugawa shogunate, the Edo period.
How long is the Tokugawa shogunate last?
250 years.
Damn.
And so you have 150
So is that like the Plantagenet sort of? It's like an era.
Well, what's amazing about this is that you have 150 years of civil war, and that is finished.
150 years.
Yeah, the Sengoku period is just war and war.
So
and
the
war,
one
war.
we've just been. That's just. I guess that's
what
just
we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And then that ends, and then you have 250 years of peace, which is in world history is kind of unprecedented. For one country to have 250 years of no war at all. That's
internally.
Both. That's kind of amazing, isn't it?
I guess so. How long have we had internally peace? But then I guess both. Yeah.
Falklands, World War II.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
250 years. Amazing.
Yeah. So damn.
Anyway.
Because this is the two sides of Japanese culture. Because even though, as much as we say it's the night bomb that released them, they have always had the dual personality.
Yes.
It's always been samurai and tea. Like they've had like the love of peach blossoms and poetry as well as like fucking chopping heads off.
Porn.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a country.
It's throughout the whole of their history they've had.
It's shoving an octopus up your fanny.
Yeah.
And then it's also, committing
not cooking that octopus and putting it on a piece of rice. Or it's like, don't fart at the table or you kill yourself. Yeah. Or if you show appreciation of eating noodles, you have to. Yeah.
To make a lot of noise.
I think that's more Chinese. I think.
No, it's Japanese as well.
Japanese as well. The noisy eaters.
Charlie, when you were in Japan, did you have to show appreciation of the food? You have to eat loudly.
Well, I had to quite often ask for a knife and fork because I can't really use chopsticks.
Spoons.
It was embarrassing. I had a lot of barbecues. I made friends with some Japanese families. They took me under their wing and they took me out in Tokyo.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, they took me to like not the red light district, but like the tiny little, the covered area.
The cupboard area.
There's a little area that's like loads of cupboards basically, and I went in there with tiny bars.
And you have like yakitori grills.
Yeah. I went in there with some families I met.
But Japanese are very different culture to the Chinese, which shocked me. But the Chinese are quite rude, loud, and they shit in the street. And the Japanese are very polite. Kill yourself if you do it. Hygienic and stuff.
And yet, squid porn, hentai.
It's the dual nature of Japan. Inside Japan is too.
Do you think if you're having anal in Japan to show appreciation, you have to fart a lot?
No, is that showing appreciation? I don't know if that is showing appreciation.
Oh, he's liking this.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's showing appreciation.
It's polite, isn't it?
I guess it's polite.
I don't know.
You were raised right, weren't you?
This isn't my wheelhouse. Charlie, is that?
I don't think it's very polite to fart on the window.
I don't think
well, in Japan, it might be.
We just can't know.
We can't know.
We can't
know. Could know.
Hey,
you could.
No, we couldn't. We couldn't possibly know.
We could go over.
I think I'd Google it before I went over.
I reckon I'd trial and error it over there.
Yeah, let one rip. I don't know about the anal physics of doing such a thing. I'm just wondering if they want you to
I think
show.
You will naturally fart because air will leave your bum.
Right.
But then it depends how you define
Is that a fart?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it any air leaving your bum a fart? We can't know.
Anyway, let's crack on to life in Edo,
Because don't you
Japan.
think sometimes you wish you didn't have Google just to let the mystery? You know, we don't want to be able to Google some of these things.
Well, that's why we've got Charlie. There's some things we can't know.
It feels like we're living in fucking 1997.
We might as well be. We are doing this podcast from the 70s because we don't have any technology. Oh, goodness me. Yes, it counts as a fart to release air from your bum.
To simply release
What did you Google? Does it count as a fart if you simply release air from your bum?
AI overview. I wonder if AI is developing AI must be upset with, pissed off at us because what we make this machine super intelligence do.
We've set it back years. Machine learning has gone back years with what Charlie's doing it.
Yeah, it does count.
Thank you.
Regardless of whether or not you tried.
But it's more about if it's polite in Japan when receiving anal to fart to show your enjoyment.
I think it isn't. I think I'm gonna, and also I'd rather leave that as a mystery. I don't think we need to know.
Let us know in the comments if you're Japanese.
Let's get back. We can't. Generally, AI overview being so polite and thoughtful. Generally, farting on a beach is not considered polite, tasteful, or desirable as sexual encounter. However, whether or not a specific act is acceptable is entirely dependent on the boundaries, comfort, and preference of the individuals
and the nations, the cultural mores of the nation. We mustn't forget we're talking about Japan. It's an alien culture to many in the West. You're meant to eat your food loudly. You're meant to be bummed fartily. Maybe, I don't know. I've made that up. We can't know. We can't know. Anyway, so the peace that Ieyasu has established means that Edo Japan flourishes, and this is where arguably this is where brand Japan sort of really flourishes.
Cool
and
Japan
begins.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah.
Cool Japania.
Yeah.
So now there are
because the amount of Japanese influence on culture now is
too much.
You reckon? Yeah.
I think it's too much. Yeah.
But it's extraordinary because you kind of it's so much that you forget. You think about the American hegemony on all things. Globally, it's probably Japan's second.
Well, yeah. What you've got Pokemon.
You got Pokemon. You got Nintendo. You got Sony. You got squid porn.
Sony. Yeah.
Any sort of animated stuff. Spirited Away, Studio Ghibli.
But then even
fashion.
like even taking something like whiskey or watchmaking, they make the best and like mid-range stuff. The key features of Edo Japan include a strict social hierarchy, which we should go through because it's quite funny. The rigid social hierarchy. Now, this is developed under the third shogun, who's called Ieyasu. I don't care. Ieyasu. Ian. He's called Ian. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah. They've gone away with the pretentious names now, finally. The Shinokosho system. Sorry?
Ian Itsu.
He founded Itsu.
Yeah.
The Shinokosho system, sort of minimal social mobility, just as I like it. So the samurai is about 8% of the population, peasants about 80%. Intermarriage
they
between
don't really
classes.
come into the story at all, the peasants. No. They're like nearly all the people.
Yeah. Intermarriage is restricted.
That they also ban peasants from eating rice, and they saved that for the samurai.
Yeah.
They weren't even allowed to eat rice.
So you've got emperor and nobility at the top, then the shogun, then the daimyo, then the samurai.
So shogun's below nobility?
Yeah, but again, the nobility is all like, it's just people at the court.
But the shogun feels way more powerful.
But he's the prime minister.
Okay.
In the way that Prince Andrew still has some rank over Keir Starmer.
You reckon?
But I mean, it's like a
socially.
Then you've got the peasants. This is interesting. Then you've got craftsmen, so builders.
Right. So craftsmen are below peasants.
Yes.
Right.
You got basically it's samurai, farmers, craftsmen, and artisans.
Yeah.
Then it goes actors, and then it's merchants.
Merchants below actors.
Anyone who makes money is like deemed the bottom. Because it's like you're taking other people's work and you're selling it. You're not making your own thing.
So this is in respect. It's not necessarily power.
Yeah.
It's about just the respectfulness of it.
Well, it's kind of a class system.
Yeah.
Because then you also have these people called burakumin. And this is like an outcross. I'd say you're burakumin. No, Charlie's burakumin. You're an outcast group.
Yeah.
And you're outside the official class system. And you're physically indistinguishable from other Japanese, but you're considered unclean. And because your job's associated with basically
dirty things,
animal slaughter,
executioners. Yeah. Right. Okay.
So these are kind of seen as defiling Buddhism because you're causing suffering.
Yes. Okay.
By being so smelly.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah. People walk past you and go, "Good Christ."
This is before the invention of roll-on.
We haven't placed this.
So it's before the invention of roll-on deodorant.
Yes.
So that's why this class exists.
Yes.
And it's after, I guess it's after Richard III fucked his horse.
Yes. Right? So again, horses are around.
Yeah.
People are fucking them.
Yeah.
But there's no roll-on deodorant.
Yeah.
I don't think there's even spray on deodorant.
No.
It's a very smelly time.
Exactly.
There's a lot of raw fish going about.
Yeah.
So these occupations, such as tanners, butchers, undertakers, gravediggers, slaughterhouse workers, there's a hereditary oppression.
So in like medieval
you're born
England,
into it. You're born into being a butcher.
Really?
You're born an executioner. That's your class.
Like negative nepo baby.
Yeah, and then people are abusing you in the street because you're a 5-year-old executioner.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah. But it's interesting because the medieval English feudal system, like tanners, stuff like that, they wouldn't be viewed like this, right?
No.
Quite a lot, not only merchants, but like so many of these roles are so important to how society runs, and they're being so disrespected. It's quite interesting.
So they're kind of tolerated during the Sengoku period because like leather's needed for armor and saddles and stuff.
Yeah.
But the peace during the Edo period means that the demand for leather drops. So then they kind of just like outcast them into their own little towns and stuff.
They're like prostitutes, basically.
Well, prostitutes
like Christian prostitutes.
Yeah, but prostitutes are actually incredibly respected.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's upside down.
It's upside down. It's upside down. that's the class system. So now let's go. Or should we go to gender? Let's do gender and social customs. That's good. So
This
in
is all
terms
good
of like
stuff.
the social customs of the age, after marriage, women shaved their eyebrows and blackened their teeth to mark that they were.
Was it basically ruining themselves so no one else wanted to fuck them?
I guess so. Not even their husband.
Yeah.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah. So tattooing a burqa onto your face, basically.
On your teeth.
Yeah.
And then obviously divorce is common because men are feeling slightly ripped off. Yep, let's get married. Christ.
Yeah. Now no one will have sex with me. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, now I'm definitely not going to cheat on you. Great.
A husband could issue a, quote, migutarihan, which is a 3.5-line divorce letter.
Yeah.
With little ceremony. So
it's pretty like progressive. Women can ask for divorce. Like in Christian culture, that's a massive no-no.
Still to this
until
day.
like fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically.
So suicide in Christian culture is a massive no-no as well.
Yeah.
So is it? Yeah.
It's upside down. It's upside down land. So Edo, Osaka, Kyoto, these becoming these big urban centres.
Yeah, 1700s, Edo, the
And
biggest
then
city
we
in the
get
world.
to, as ever, when there's peace, there's boring theatre. The kabuki theatre. So, sorry, early kabuki is associated with prostitution. Women are banned from the stage in 1629 because it's too horny.
Right, yeah.
And this is a place to be boring.
Yeah, it's outcry for moral reform. This is more speaking our language. This is very Oliver Cromwell. Similar time.
It is a very similar time.
Right?
Actually,
It's restoration. It's mid 1600s.
But,
that's racist.
Yeah, I think that's a bit much. That's whiteface.
Do you want to
can't be doing
describe that for the listeners?
Yeah, sorry. It's just traditional Japanese. It's just kind of the stuff that me and Finn do on the Patreon, really.
Yeah. Especially this week.
Yeah. And I think it's very inappropriate that they're doing that.
Yeah.
That's a bit on the nose, isn't it?
That is a bit on the nose.
We get it. You're Japanese.
Yeah,
Fuck me.
come on, man. Calm down. It's like live action cartoons.
Yeah. So they had to. There was moral outrage because there were so many fights breaking out because men had never seen actresses with makeup on, basically.
Right.
Like seemingly.
But what's funny?
It's funny just seeing an actress on stage, it turning you on so much that you start a bar fight.
Especially in that makeup, they just basically painted themselves white, and people are like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah. Yeah. It's like going to the West End.
Yeah.
To see Wicked. Mm-hmm. And someone turns you on, and then you start punching the guy next to you.
I don't think I've ever been turned on at the theatre.
No. God, no. Been turned off.
Yeah.
Switched off.
Yeah, completely. Just a reset button.
Yeah.
So, although, having said that, young male actors called wakashu, they took female roles in their place, and the wakashu actors are admired for their beauty and often doubled as sexual companions for patrons.
Right, so you'd see them in a play and then get to fuck them. That's quite interesting.
I mean, I'd go to the theatre more if that was still a thing. If I could go and see, like, Michael Sheen and then fuck him afterwards. This is soon banned, though, due to the same issues
But
with
it's like the
prostitution.
beginning of a porn video where they're trying to build story.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Skip. But imagine that's live theatre.
Instead it's
Like, boring, skip.
It's Michael Sheen and King Lear.
At the Globe. And you're just there going, skip. Can we get to the interval? I want to fuck Michael Sheen. So kabuki actors become cultural celebrities. Prince, the wooden block thing. They carve wooden blocks, some form of art
a long
thing.
history of that, which is feeds into the anime, which is when the American Disney art of animation meets their long history of wood carving in prints. That's what creates
they make a print that students now have everywhere on t-shirts. Some waves.
Exactly.
What it's called.
And that's what they did it for.
Because they have a thing called ukiyo-e, which means pictures of the floating world. Now the floating world is, I think, all the prostitution stuff.
It's seeing as it's upside down world. It's the red light district, but it's not seen as this seedy thing. It's seen as a sort of like purgatory, right?
Yeah.
So they would often cities they'd have it floating literally on like a
there'd be a barrier of water.
Yeah, and it was like to get into this sort of floating brothel. Not anyone was allowed in.
No.
You had to pass tests. It was like there was like a lot of respect for the prostitutes in there. That you'd often get rejected to see how much you really wanted it.
Respecting prostitutes. It's upside down, lads.
Yeah.
The past is another country.
You think about like Jack the Ripper, where any unmarried woman is a prostitute and therefore awful.
Yeah.
This is very far from like having a floating palace for prostitutes.
I can't relate. I just can't relate to it at all.
And they had to come and bring gifts or like art pieces to try and help fund the brothel.
Isn't that crazy?
Like a national heritage site.
But isn't that crazy? Isn't that the exact opposite of a prostitute?
What?
You don't have to buy them presents. Isn't that literally in
But
the West?
it all feeds into modern Japanese culture because they do things like they have those like companions, the boyfriends, the rent-a-boyfriend.
Well, they're not just that. You can rent people to grieve at funerals.
In Japan?
Yeah. If you don't have enough friends to go to your funeral, you can pay basically like emotional actors to come and cry at your dad's funeral to make it seem like he's missed more than he is.
That's nice. That's a lovely touch.
But it's the same, it's the same thing. It's just amazing how in the West we view prostitution as like a dirty, low life form. And yet in Japan you'd have to go and you'd have to engage them in conversation. Yeah. And these women wouldn't just be sex symbols; they'd be intellectually very. But beautiful weirdly,
you have to woo them.
That's what I mean.
Like normal women,
and you've got to pay them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it comes from the history because in the 10th century, in their other golden age, it's very funny, the courting stuff.
Right.
Where basically you wouldn't see, because the early Japan, it was so delicate and elegant and everyone was writing poetry, really advanced, sophisticated, social, strange norms. But it would be like, you wouldn't ever see the woman, right? Mm. So maybe they'd ride in like a carriage and just have like a gown hanging out. That would be it. And so the idea of that, if you're a nobleman, you'd start writing her endless poetry, right? And you'd just be writing poems, have no idea what she looks like. And her house would be like a burqa. Like she'd be hidden within all these rooms. And then when she finally gives you the go-ahead, you sneak in when the lights are off. Yeah. And you have sex with her. And you don't find out what she looks like until your wedding day.
I mean, that's basically marriage now. Yeah. Sneaking in with the lights off, living outside. Now, the courtesans we will be doing on the Patreon, we'll be doing a day in the life of a Japanese courtesan as our bonus episode this week.
So this is kind of the golden age of the geisha is coming into this period?
Yeah, geishas and courtesans are slightly different, but we'll get into that. Yeah. But peasant families would sell their daughters to pleasure houses to pay off the debts, and they're expected to begin work as soon as they hit puberty.
Yeah, Bonnie Blue's parents.
Yep.
Yeah. That's starting to read more in the world,
exactly. Yeah. Prostitutes would amputate their fingers to give as presents to their favourite clients or show devotion. And rather than waste their digits...
Right. Yeah. Well, that doesn't quite... So prostitutes chop off a finger to their...
as a present to their clients.
Right. Not to call a prostitute easy in any way. These ones are some of the most difficult prostitutes in the world in many ways. You're going one and then she's got no fingers.
Yeah, but it's the girlfriend experience.
I don't know if I'm special if you've only got thumbs left.
Yeah, and also I might want a thumb up my arse, not a fist. So I would like you to have some dexterity.
Yeah, it seems like a big show of devotion.
But here we go. Rather than waste digits, high-level prostitutes would buy them off beggars or cut them from corpses.
Well,
that's just absurd. That's what you do.
That's brilliant.
And so an underground economy for human body parts develops, which is quite fun.
Nice.
Now, geisha become sort of distinct from courtesans because they're more like entertainers, and I guess they're more like cabaret to strippers. I guess that's the difference.
And Japanese sense of humour, so there seems to be like an entertainment culture growing in Japan, but they don't have like the Japanese sense of humour is quite a strange one, right?
Yes.
Like I don't think they're naturally the funniest people apart from on maybe their game shows. That's where the real humour comes out. Yeah. Where they have all like there's an amazing Japanese game show, or like just a clip from it where it'd be like. They just film down this big alleyway in Tokyo and they wait until there's one person walking alone and they have about 200 people waiting around the corner and then 200 people run down at full speed.
Yeah,
you just see,
screaming.
Yeah, and you just see someone, what would you do if you're walking down an alleyway and then everyone just...
and everyone just runs. Yeah.
And that's good stuff.
That is good stuff. So the...
and when does Takeshi's Castle, when does that...
This is before Takeshi's Castle.
Pre-Takeshi's Castle.
I think Takeshi's Castle, that's maybe at the end of this period of history.
Takeshi's Castle, I watched that a lot as a kid. I absolutely loved Takeshi's Castle. But very culturally significant because I do think that's the precursor to Squid Game. A lot of these things, Mr. Beast games, all of these things come off the back of Takeshi's Castle.
So the ukiyo-e woodblock, they are pictures of the floating world of the kind of prostitute houses, and they're affordable prints that are erotic scenes. Charlie, could you find some shunga, some woodblock shunga? This is early hentai, I guess, carved into wood. Just imagine the horniness of someone carving an erotic wood. Oh man, they've got wood. They're carving wood. They're trying not to bust. Yeah. And can you find, Charlie? I want you to see if you can find any squid shunga Where does the octopus as a sex object come into Japanese culture? Is it as early as the 17th century? What's that? Is that squid porn? You joking? Fuck me. We found it. Right.
Is that ancient squid porn?
We found ancient squid porn.
This is from 1991.
Okay, right. Never mind. Are you sure?
I mean, there's all sorts. 1903.
1903, that's pretty early.
This is, I don't know when that's from.
So they've always had the horn for an octopus or a squid.
1870.
Damn. Is this still the Edo period, 1870?
That's the restoration, just. But look, a Japanese woodblock print, octopus shunga. So octopus porn has been going since the
they have
mid-19th
a venerable
century.
history of octopus porn.
Charlie, could you ask ChatGPT for a kind of cultural explanation of octopus porn? Why is Japan unique? Why is specifically Japan so so enraptured with squid porn and octopus? But why is it a sexual thing? The octopus.
Their view of sex as well is much more casual than British people's views, right? Because this is where British people are much more conservative in the sense that it's a much less big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, that first one is actually the most famous route of octopus porn, and it's from 1814.
1814, the dream of the fisherman's wife.
That first one, that's 1814.
Yeah, the dream of the fisherman's wife.
And it's called Takote Ama.
Wow.
It depicts a female pearl diver in a sexual embrace with two octopi.
The sea was mysterious, fertile, sometimes dangerous, making it a potent metaphor for desire and fear.
Pearl divers were already sexualized figures in Japanese art. Young women diving nude, pairing them with marine creatures was both erotic and otherworldly, and the tentacles were a kind of loophole for obscenity laws. Oh, that's it.
Interesting.
Obscenity laws come in after the restoration.
Western style.
Yeah, which we'll get to it. We'll get to in our next episode. Yeah. That makes so much sense. So the tentacle becomes a loophole for penises because of obscenity laws.
Right.
We cracked it. That's what I wanted to get out of this series. I wanted to understand squid porn, and now I can.
Yeah.
So now that
you're not allowed to show cocks.
I can tell my wife.
Tentacle do.
This is actually there's a reason for this. That stuff you found. There's a reason
why I've got this on the TV.
I'm a Japanophile. Anyway, shunga are wildly popular across classes, depicting both heterosexual, gay, and octopus encounters. We'll get to the sort of shockingness later. So we need to talk about the dog Shogun. And we should talk about sumo as well.
Yeah. So sumo coming in at this point.
Sumo becomes codified. Sumo's been happening for a while.
It's been like a kickabout. You know when you're just like kicking a ball around on your road.
It's just a couple of fat guys fighting. For a couple of 100 years.
It's funny the idea of what is non-codified sumo. Is it just...
There's a pub fight from two. A couple of fat guys fighting, and then some genius goes, I reckon people would pay money for that.
Yeah.
Stick a nappy on him.
Stick a nappy on that fat bloke and see.
Did you go to see sumo when you were out?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't see any. I think we tried to. It's a seasonal thing, I think.
Yeah.
The noise they make, it's like walrus mating. It's gorgeous.
It's amazing. I watched a bit of sumo because my old flatmate's a big Japanophile.
Yeah.
And he went out and watched sumo, and then you can still watch them live. They don't get paid very much. They're nearly always from like Mongolia or the Stans or something like that. And it's more of a folk thing. It's sort of like Morris dancing. It's not like...
The Morris dancing, that's what we've got.
Yeah.
And it's so not this. Where I grew up, there was Morris dancers.
Yeah.
And it's fucking old blokes who drink cider with red noses skipping with bells on. It's twee. Yeah. It's annoying.
This is proper.
This is proper.
Fat
bloke,
fucks.
Nappy.
Also, the body positivity. It idolised the big fat fuck.
Yeah. A sumo, are they sex symbols?
I would say there's a sexiness to sumos.
Sort of charging into women?
Yeah, I think there's something to it,
and
surely.
Is there a female subdivision? Is there a female?
There is, there's female sumo.
Please get that up.
Let's see these units.
If there's anything I would never want to see anything more, actually, than two female sumo wrestlers.
These are Western.
These aren't
nothing.
big enough. You call yourself a sumo?
Fucking hell.
That's like a fucking antenatal class.
Like anorexic sumo wrestlers.
Come on, I want to see some... Here we go.
Yeah.
That's AI, isn't it? Is that AI?
Yeah, it's definitely AI.
Come on, I want to see some big women. I want to see some big women smash into each other.
Units.
World Women Sumo.
Thank you. Okay.
Still not as big as you'd want.
Here we go. Russia. Go on,
Mother Russia.
Mother Russia. I want to see two big units smash into each other. I think I've just found my new fetish.
She sat on your face.
No, I wanted to charge at me. Oh, gosh. Well, I mean, that was a mismatch from the off, really.
Yeah, I
wasn't it?
mean, what do you
What do you
expect?
expect?
Absolute unit.
So the goal is to push the other one out the circle.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just the biggest one wins.
That's it, yeah.
Isn't it? There's not much skill, is it, really?
No, I don't think so.
Just seems to charge. Anyway, back to octopus porn. So we need to get to the 47 Ronin,
Right.
which is a big thing that happens in this period. So this is the start of the 18th century. So Lord Asano Naganori, who is daimyo of a small region, he's tasked with hosting some envoys from the imperial court, and he's taught to learn etiquette. Etiquette, very important. But tensions escalate over some bribes and insults. And then inside Edo Castle, Asano loses his temper and attacks Kira, who's the other person, with a sword.
Right.
And this is you can't draw your sword in the castle. That's treason.
Right.
So he's ordered to commit seppuku that same day, and the confiscates his lands. And there's hundreds of people now masterless samurai.
Fuck.
And so a year later, 47 of the Ronin, or his former samurai, they plot revenge, and they take menial jobs and like disguise themselves for over a year.
They're going to deep cover.
Deep cover.
Right.
They marry, they have families. And
Okay.
then suddenly, on the snowy night of the 30th of January 1703, they storm Kira's mansion in Edo. They kill Kira, present his head at the temple where Asano's buried, and then after the Ronin had avenged their lord by killing Kira, all the public opinion's on their side because they're like the avenged their death.
Yeah. Because they love loyalty. Loyalty is like
loyalty's the
they
thing.
forget fucking turned
Exactly.
on my loyalty.
And they turn themselves in
octopuses.
immediately, and the shogunate faces this dilemma because obviously the public love them because of their loyalty, but if you
rule of
pardon
law.
them, it undermines everything.
Yeah.
So, as a compromise, seppuku.
And everyone's like, that's a brilliant.
Fair's fair. They've had to commit seppuku. That's only fair.
Yeah.
And we should, just to end this episode, deal with what seppuku happens now, because what happens to seppuku now is that it becomes much more formalized. Like sumo wrestling, seppuku is codified in this period. There is a ritual aspect to it. So it's not so much just killing yourself to avoid capture. It's killing yourself as a way of atoning for stuff. And it's like it's witnessed and it's seen by...
Yeah, it's like witnessing a document.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a legal thing.
Yeah, okay.
I need my housemate to witness the signature.
And then there's the Guinness World Records there for the most seppukus. You got to get the guy. The guy's got to witness that.
Synchronized seppuku. Yeah. So you cut the abdomen open, which is believed to house the person's spirit.
Sure.
It's not always private. Now, the most recent seppuku. So there's a guy. Well, there's an Olympian who did it in 2001 because his company went under. And he just did it.
Right.
This guy, Kimitake Hiroaka,
Right.
he's like an author who nominated for Nobel Prize in Literature 5 times.
Yeah.
He's also an ultra-nationalist.
Yeah.
Far right ideology, and it's very controversial.
So he's basically like when Japan fully cucked over to America, and he was he was
part of the
an
Japanese
outspoken against that of like going back to Japan's stance during World War II, ultra-nationalist.
Yeah, he's basically alive in the he, and he wants to go back to the
Yeah.
So in 1945, after the night to bed.
Yeah.
After that, Japan, the Americans write a constitution for Japan,
Right.
and they say you can't have an army, and he is trying to overhaul that and says that we should revoke that article of the constitution.
Yeah.
So in 1970, he goes to a military base in Tokyo with 4 others, barricades the door to an office, gives this prepared speech on a balcony to the soldiers about how he's trying to inspire a coup to restore direct rule to the emperor, overrule the constitution.
Helicopters drown out some parts of the speech.
Yeah, he irritates the soldiers who heckle him. He shouts, "Where has the spirit of the samurai gone?" Retreats to the office, apologises to the commandant, and then commits seppuku.
Well, that is the spirit of the samurai.
His chosen second was unable to cut off his head after 3 failed attempts. Someone had to step in and complete the task.
You don't want that.
But what's amazing is, do you not reckon they just will have shot him? Or is it
No,
still
it's
like...
ritual. It's ritual.
That's what I mean, is that once someone starts, does someone else have to cut his head off?
I mean, this is your big moment. You want it to be
And do they just
dramatic
have swords lying
and
around?
theatrical.
Yeah.
It's not the same if you just get blasted in the head. It's not the same as just being part of this long line of Japanese people cutting themselves open with a katana.
Someone has to step in and bukkake him.
Oh, sorry, seppuku.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Right, come on, guys. He needs help here. He needs help. And he's like, no, please, no, cut my head off. Oh, what? Oh, sorry. Anyway, so urban culture flourishes in the Edo period.
What hip hop and stuff?
Hip hop,
Graffiti.
graffiti, skate parks are flourishing everywhere. The Japanese are doing some sick parkour.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Trainers.
courtesan squid porn. We found it, woodblock prints, all that stuff. But in our next episode, our final part of this Feudal Japan series, we will see how Japan's policy of isolation ultimately, although it may make their culture very strong, ultimately forces them to open up and restore the emperor.
Yes.
Now that episode's already on our Patreon, where for £3 a month you can become a truther and get early access to episodes, ad-free listening, and also you make some friends who also 3D print katana
Come to
swords.
the inner rectum.
The inner rectum of this podcast, and it smells just as bad as someone's inner rectum. Anyway, thanks for listening. See you next time from our last part of Feudal Japan.
Willie.